Reddit, what movie helped you through a rough time? How to Train Your Dragon. It's little moments in it that just get me. The main character, for one, is ridiculously depressed. In the first movie he has this whole self-deprecating outlook and self-satirizing demeanor as a defense mechanism from his bullies. Nobody wants him and his father views him as being useless. It's surprisingly dark for a children's movie, and it is simply my favorite movie. In my opinion, it also has the best movie soundtrack of all time. What just happened? BTW, Paul Blart Mall Cop. This is probably a widely unpopular answer, but Paul Blart Mall Cop has helped me through countless struggles over the past few years. I was dealing with a lot of anxiety issues one semester in college, so I watched Hot Rod to try to snap out of it. But there was just something missing, something like an overweight man acting as a mall cop. Then I heard about Paul Blart Mall Cop, so I watched it immediately and haven't looked back since. Surfer, dude. In these dark days we need love and waves. Definitely Paul Blart Mall Cop. Kevin James's Emmy-level acting and wise words had me crying, laughing, and defecating all at the same time. I was thinking about an answer, but then I read the thread. Spider-Man 2. The rhyme one, of course. Joe Dirt. I'll give you a real answer, Inglourious Bastards. When I'm upset, I develop a very sick sense of humor that is perfectly satisfied by this movie. When I was super depressed in high school, I would watch it every day after school. That and Django Unchained. Paul Blart Mall Cop hit all the right notes for me. It topped any other film I've seen in recent times. Paul Blart Mall Cop really helped me through the pain of getting rejected by my top university. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. School of Rock. I know it's silly. I was at a time in my life where I found no joy in anything. Life was really bad and I saw no way out of the horrible stuff I was going through. But School of Rock made me laugh, and sing along, and get excited. And for that little glimmer of happiness I thank Jack Black more than I can ever express. Because it was the spark I needed to start the long journey of getting better. Paul Blart Mall Cop. I was blind but now I see. Paul Blart Mall Cop got me through finals week. So where's the version of this thread that only refers to movies on Netflix? Stumbled upon this while in a crappy mood, and after seeing the joke run into the ground, I figured that it wouldn't hurt to try. Only to be denied by Netflix. I really wanted Paul Blart Mall Cop to cheer me up enough to go to sleep. I was trying to start an herb garden a few years ago. That may sound trivial, but it was after my cat died and it was sort of symbolic for me. Anyway, I was having trouble getting the herbs to grow. I followed all the instructions and even looked things up online, but I just couldn't get it going very well. Most of the herbs were half dead after a couple of months. They were hanging in there, but by no means flourishing. I was having particular trouble with one plant that I really coddled and tried so hard to get it to hang on, but this was becoming my cat all over again. It was heartbreaking. Then I watched Paul Blart Mall Cop. I finally understood through the magic of Kevin James's performance that what really matters is that you try, and if your heart is in it, any victory is all the more powerful. I was in tears by the end. I finally let go of the guilt about my cat's death. I felt this great release of pressure from my chest as I accepted that sometimes pets die no matter how hard you try. I felt like I was breathing for the first time, and my tears were like letting loose years of pressure. I immediately went into my backyard and looked over my herb garden. I had tried, and that was what mattered. Everything was still alive, but the point was that I had put in the effort to make it flourish, not that it actually had flourished. I looked at that one stubborn herb plant and finally let go. I was done obsessing over a stupid plant. Thank you, Paul Blart. TLDR Paul Blart Mall Cop helped me through a rough time. Deleted. I was reading this thread and realized Reddit hit an all-time low. I felt bad when I remembered that masturbate thread about what you do at home and not in public, but then I watched Paul Blart Mall Cop to raise my spirits again. Deleted. After I put on some weight, I watched the masterpiece that is Paul Blart Mall Cop. I realized that life really is worth living and that just to be who you are, even if it means being a gigantic sellout like Kevin James. I'm not sure why it's not at the top, but Paul Blart Mall Cop really pulled me through my depression and anxiety. Well, I had planned to post something personal and revealing, but now I guess I'll just watch Paul Blart Mall Cop instead. PBMC. Some people on this thread might disagree, but I don't care. Paul Blart Mall Cop is a movie that always makes me feel better. Paul Blart Mall Cop, 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 Paul Blart Mall Cop. Zookeeper. Oh my god, this is tripping me out. I'm gonna watch Paul Blart Mall Cop to calm down. Deleted. Labyrinth. Yes, David Bowie's Bulge, I am the babe with the power. After a suicide attempt in sophomore year, high school, I watched Girl, Interrupted. Even now I struggle to describe how immensely that movie spoke to me. It was as if someone had heard all the thoughts in my head and made a movie about their interactions. Girl, Interrupted made me realize that no one was going to save me. I had to choose to help myself. I had to have enough empathy for myself to heal. Greater than I've wasted a year of my life. Maybe everybody out there is a liar. And maybe the whole world is stupid and ignorant. But I'd rather be in it. A few years ago, I lost my job, my family, and my 2 dogs. I thought about suicide, but Paul Blart was there for me. Smile. Smoke signals. It really helps me deal with some of the issues from my dad being a scumbag asshole. Deleted. 500 days of summer and 5 centimeters per second. Seriously, how the fuck does this happen? There must be some secret fuck with op meetings that I am just missing, because threads like this pop up fucking everywhere. When do you assholes plan this shit? My little brother got hit with a car when I was 13. All day I'd sit around looking for something to make me happy again, fill the void the car had made in my soul. My dad knew he needed to help me, so he took me to the movies. The film was Alvin and the Chipmunks, and goddamn was it amazing. I saw it 37 times before it left theaters and then waited in agony for it to come out on DVD. Finally I was able to buy a copy and popped it in my DVD player. The chapter skip button on my remote was broken, so I let it show me all the trailers. The first trailer, Paul Blart Mall Cop. Thanks Alvin and the Chipmunks for being good enough to introduce me to my new Tough Times movie, and thanks Car for killing my brother and making this all possible. Spirited Away and Howl's Moving Castle. Post this in r/movies. You'll get serious answers there. Mall Cop cured my chlamydia in '94. I had really bad homesickness on my study abroad in Mexico, but found solace in Paul Blart, Policia del Centro commercial. Deleted. Not a movie but the Friends DVDs. I watched all 10 seasons 4 times in a row when I was sad one summer. I'll always have a special place in my heart for that show even though I'm kinda sick of it now. Smile. This may sound really weird, but Paul Blart Mall Cop really pulled me out of my fapping addiction. Watch Airplane. Made me laugh for hours. Control+F Paul Blart of 112, abandons thread. I never saw Paul Blart. No wonder my life is in ruins. 50/50 came out just around when my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer. I'll always be thankful. It helped give me an idea of how people feel during treatment and how family and friends can help. Forever grateful for that movie. I actually like Paul Blart Mall Cop. Deleted. The whackness really got me through a hard time. definitely hit home for what I was going through. I was recently dumped by my girlfriend and have struggled to get through the pain and loneliness that followed. But thanks to Reddit I have found a cure, as my parents own a copy of Paul Blart, Mall Cop. I must pop it in immediately. I saw Paul Blart 1 and contemplated suicide. The last 3 years of my life were an emotional roller coaster. I saw Paul Blart 2 and it turned my life around. I saw the sun again, I could smell flowers again, I could hear the birds in the morning. PB2 is a must-see.